Hey guys, welcome back to the garage, and this is going to be part 2 of the Magnum subframe rebuild. And I know in the picture, just to let everybody know, I got some worries out there. I know in the picture I only showed like one kit, but I promise you it will be a complete subframe rebuild. All the bushings. This video is going to focus on just cleaning it up a little more. I already cleaned it up a little bit. I'll show you here in a second. And then I'm going to really just disassemble everything. Get all the control arms laid off and laid down on the ground. And get them ready to get the bushings burned out. And then some of them on the subframe we will have to press out. So let's get started. So we're running into problems here. I'm trying to press these sleeves out of the subframe, and that's the biggest one I got. And that's approximately, what is that, 1, 2, yeah, about 2 7/8. Then I need an even larger receiving tube to catch it. And this is 3.5-ish. And then you need one that's about 4.5 underneath to receive it. And I don't even have a C-clamp that's large enough to fit anything like that. It's another day, and we've got the sway bar off and almost all the arms off. You see them laying here, and I got this driver's side hub assembly off. Now I just got to take off the passenger side. I already busted the nuts loose, obviously. But one thing I wanted to point out is this kit. Well, first of all, to do everything on this subframe consists of at least 4 kits and plus some. And I'll talk about the plus some. So here's the 4 kits. First of all, you got your complete control arm kit minus this. That was not supposed to be in here according to the parts list, and it even says in there does not include those bushings for this guy, which is this one right here. This is upside down, so this is the bottom. Okay, it's fine, but by accident this one was there, so I called up the people at DTS, who are the licensed distributors for Energy and White Line, or send something else, but they're gonna see what they can do. They're gonna see if they can send me another one for that hole right there. See that? That's nothing. I need something. This is the differential bushing kit, which will go right around there somewhere. Those 2 massive bolts right here, and then one at the top there, I believe. Then you've got the tie rod, not the tie rod, sway bar kit. So you got your end link bushings, new brackets, greasable, awesome, which is self-explanatory. That goes there and there and there and there. Then you got the subframe kits, and this is where I'm running into the problem. For these big guys here, 2, 3, and 4. So I spent a few days since that time lapse trying to find a ball joint press kit that would, that were big enough to press those out, and I couldn't find anything. Even if I could make something, I don't know, it'd be simpler to buy a press, but I don't want to buy a press. I don't want to buy anything. I was hoping to find a rental tool I could use. So turns out we're just going to end up burning those bushings out and seeing if we can get a metal saw and just cut a slice down the side, collapse it so I can punch each one out. I'm just going to have to do it the hard way. Oh, my point was, so I took the micrometer and found out what bushing this was supposed to be. And according to the measurements and what I can find, that this bushing is exactly the same as this bushing, the other end of that same compression link. These bushings are similar, however the diameters, outer diameters, are not the same. So that's why I went with this one. I figured, hey, if they're selling the 2853s, which is the part number for that end right there, this is a 2853, right? Focus, you can kind of see it. But I said, okay, so if that's what it takes for that end, then that's what it's going to need for the other end, since all the diameters, the dimensions are the same. And look at that, they accidentally sent one too, so it must be a sign. I called them up, said I need 1 more of those longer spacers, 2 more of those 2853s, so I can just get everything done. I mean, why not? Why isn't it in there? Because it's not technically on a control arm. Seems a little silly, especially when they're accidentally throwing in one already. And then other than that, it's the ball joint, which is I can't find at AutoZone either. So it's the boots don't appear to be ripped, and it's still fairly tight for being 14 years old. So I guess I'm just gonna have to live with those ball joints. They're like Heim joints, not your standard ball joint. You can see it's more like a Heim joint. Similar. But yeah, we'll get this side off, and then we can start melting stuff. I'm drilling these out so the flames don't have to work as hard. They got speed holes to rush through and melt the rubber a little faster. And sooner we can get the rubber out, the sooner we can cut the cups out. let that burn for a minute. Last one, then we can let it cool down while we're burning out the control arm bushings. Figure out your camera tricks. Yeah, I'm just going to show one. Just want to do one. So I think I found out the key is try not to heat up the center, because then you melt the rubber from the inside. The fastest way is to try to heat up the outside, because you want to push it out as a whole. Otherwise it turns into a mess. So try not to send it through the center. And it worked out better last time, or on the last arm I just did. Woo. And that's how the best way to do it. All right, now just 20 million more to go. Now we just got to get them all wired, brushed up like that one there, and we'll be ready for lube and new bushings. Doesn't take much on that one. Weird. All right, had to get me a new tool because I didn't like the idea of cutting. it was gonna, you know, cut into something in the subframe. And then I'd have to try to fix that. I didn't want to do that. So I picked up this central machinery press and this kit down there. And we're calling it an investment.
We should name it.
Well, what should we name her?
Her?
Or him? It?
Please.
Holy fuck balls.
What the hell was that?
A loud pop.
Ew, what does that smell? Smells like a sewage plant or whatever you call those things.
Alright, well, after carving a couple ears off, we've got those things pressed out of there. And those are looking just fine. I cleaned out the inside with this big flat disc. Just to get it nice and smooth in there. I'm not worried about the paint. Just going to be filled up with that super high strength lube. Now let's get these, we gotta press these out for the differential. Okay, so this set has the pieces to be able to do this by hand, right? And I had this all set up inside there. I was gonna try to do that by hand with those pieces because I didn't want to do this, but I am not strong enough to do that by hand, and I don't have the air tools to do it. Both of my air ratchets took it down. So we're set up like this. We're gonna see if it pops free. Alright, so it took me a while, but and the foam keeps shutting off because of the heat, but hopefully we'll get this one out. The last diff bushing sleeve. Alright, well, I am beat. It's been a whole day thing trying to just press these out, starting with trying to cut it out, gave up on that. Then I went to go buy rental tools, couldn't find them. Then I went to go buy a press, found it, found out I had to buy more parts, but we've got new tools for the shop that'll serve us well in the future. Sleeves are out. I'll have to clean this. I haven't cleaned these ones up yet, but we'll clean that one up with that brush over there. Flap wheel. These arms are all cleaned out, ready for new bushings. Everything's ready to start going back together, except for these parts here, which we... Oop, did I press any buttons? No. Okay. Except for these parts here. That ball joint we're leaving, and in that bottom, very bottom bushing, just because, well, they're not gonna get to me in time. I did look up, I did find the part numbers and a way to order them, and it's not expensive. It's like $5 for each piece plus a little bit of shipping, but it wasn't a big deal. It's just not going to be here in time, so we're gonna have to go without those for now. And when those come in, I'll probably just throw those in. We'll make a video. Might let you guys know, but which means that is going to do it for this video. And I am sitting down because I am tired, and I think I probably pissed off my son. He's trying to help, but I was too irritated to accept it. So, sorry, AJ. But I think that's going to do it. We'll see you next time on part 3, where we slap all this back together. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. So I ordered about 2,000 almost of these ball pit balls for the kids to go on the trampoline. See how much 2,000 actually filled up. If you notice too, these are the tiny balls. These aren't the awesome like McDonald's size balls.
Chuck E. Cheese ball pit balls.
I'm getting trampoline. Yes, yes, okay.
Throw the bag in there and pick it up.
Dad. Are you coming in with us, Dad?
Zip it up. No.
Down, Dad?
Zip it down. Zip it down. Sit down. Zip it down.
Guys,
Not much, but cool.
honestly, I thought there was going to be more, but this is awesome.
That's 2,000 over 1,800. Doesn't do a whole lot in there.
Giant
You're
trampoline.
gonna crush them. You know, need about, oh yeah, that was genius. Need about 10,000. So if you guys want to donate ball pit balls, be my guest.